Kurinji Senior Secondary School, CBSE, Namakkal.
Successful result producing school in state every year.
Administered by the Board of Directors with over 35 years of experience in the teaching field.
Special attention on art, craft, music, dance, silambam, yoga, skating and karate.
Focus on Hindi Sabha and Spell Bee Olympiad exams.
Smart class for effective and innovative learning and well-furnished library.
Solitary importance on sports and games in state and national level.
WhatsApp facilities to know activities of students and school inside the campus.
NEET, JEE, IIT coaching experts from Rajasthan and Andhra Pradesh along with our effective teachers.
Admission registration for classes LKG to +2.
Kurinji Educational Institution, Kavetipatti, Namakkal. Admission in progress. CBSE, KG to 12, contact 9025895176. Metric 6 to 12, contact 9344567484. For online admission, log on to www.kurinjischoolnkl.in.
In continuation to the last class, in this class we start with the sixth problem, right? See here. First you see the sixth problem, then we will go by one. See here. First problem number 6. In an experiment on photoelectric effect, the slope of the cutoff voltage versus frequency of incident light is found to be 4.12 into 10 to the power of minus 15 volt second. Okay, right. Full stop. Calculate the value of Planck's constant. Calculate the value of Planck's constant. Okay, right. See here. So in this question they have given two things. Okay, basically because you know the value of E, that is 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19 coulombs is a constant value. Okay, right. Excluding that he has given only one value, that is what slope of the cutoff voltage versus frequency of incident light, right? Just based on this sentence, that is what slope of cutoff voltage versus frequency of incident light, you know, you can write like this now, delta V by delta nu, right? That is what potential, here it is here voltage, right, here it is frequency, and they have given this value as 4.12 into 10 to the power of minus 15 volt second, okay, right, and small e value as 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19 coulombs. Based on this information, he is asking to calculate the value of Planck's constant. Okay, right. So what is the Planck's constant formula? You know, delta V by delta nu into E. Delta V by delta nu into E. That is equal to, you just multiply these two values according to the formula, 4.12 into 10 to the power of minus 15 into 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19. Okay, right. So that is equal to, just you multiply these two, then it is what 6.592 into 10 to the power of minus 34 into 10 to the power of minus 34 joule second, right? 6.592 into 10 to the power of minus 34 joule second, right? So this is the value of Planck's constant. Okay, right. Next question, that is what question number 7. See here. A 100-watt sodium lamp radiates energy uniformly in all directions, right? Full stop. The lamp is located at the center of a large sphere that absorbs all the sodium light which is incident on it. Full stop. The wavelength of sodium light is 589 nanometers. Here we need to find two things. A is, what is the energy per proton associated with the sodium light? B is, at what rate are the photons delivered to the sphere? So in one case we have to find energy per photon associated with sodium light. Next one is, we have to find the rate at which photons delivered to the sphere. The rate at which photons are delivered to the sphere, right? Two things we have to find. Okay, what they have given, it is what 100 watt sodium lamp, that is what, right? So that is, they have given power. Next, given wavelength also, that is what 589 nanometers. So nano is 10 to the power of minus 9, right? So these two are the values they have given. One is power is equal to 100 watt. Another one is wavelength is equal to 589 nanometers. That is equal to 589 into 10 to the power of minus 9 meters. Okay, right. So we have written here given values, right? Now first we are going to see the A and then we will discuss B, right? First A. Energy of each photon E is equal to hc by lambda. H value substitute and C value, right? These two are the constant values, no? So we know these are the constant values and the values also we know, right? Next, lambda 589 into 10 to the power of minus 9, that is equal to 338 into 10 to the power of minus 19. 338 into 10 to the power of minus 19. Okay, sorry here, this is what point is there, observe carefully, 3.38, right? So if you complete this process, if you complete this division, you will get 3.38 into, it is not 338, point is there, observe carefully, is a point. So 3.38 into 10 to the power of minus 3.38 into 10 to the power of minus 19 joules. This value you can convert into electron volt, because 1 electron volt is equal to 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19 joules. 1 joule is equal to 1 by 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19 electron volt. So if we convert this value, that is 3.38 into 10 to the power of minus 19 joules into electron volts, we will get it as 2.11 electron volt. Okay, 2.11, right? It's not 2.11, it is 2.11 electron volt, right? Next, B. Rate at which photons are delivered to the surface, N is equal to power by energy. Power by, right? That is what power by energy. Okay, right. See here, that is what here power already given, 100 watt. So watt is nothing but joule per second, no? Right, because it is SI unit. And next, energy already we found just now in joules, that is 3.38. See here, this value only here, 3.38 into 10 to the power of minus 19 joules. And if you do this division process, that is equal to 3.0 into 10 to the power of 20. 3.0 into 10 to the power of 20 photons per second. Photons per second, right? So this is the rate at which photons are delivered to the sphere. N is equal to, right? 3.0, right? Anyhow, 3 into 10 to the power of 20 photons per second. Okay, so these many photons are delivered to the sphere from the source. So how many? 3 into 10 to the power of 20. Generally 10 to the power of 7 means crore, no? So 10 to the power of 14 also not that, almost like 3 times to the 10 to the power of 7. Not exact, but exact value is this is, that is what 3.0 into 10 to the power of 20. Number of photons per second are delivered to the sphere from the source. Right. Next question, that is what question number 8. See here. The threshold frequency for a certain metal is 3.3 into 10 to the power of 14 Hz. Right, full stop. If light of frequency 8.2 into 10 to the power of 14 Hz is incident on the metal, predict the cutoff voltage for photoelectric emission. Predict the cutoff voltage for photoelectric emission, right? And to solve this problem, they also given some constant values, those are Planck's constant value, that's we know, 6.63 into 10 to the power of minus 34 joule second, and E value is 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19 coulombs. Okay, right. Okay, anyhow, based on these two values, that is one of the value is threshold frequency for the respective metal, and another one is incident, that is what the frequency of the incident light. Based on these two values, we have to calculate, right? We have to calculate, that is what we have to calculate cutoff voltage for photoelectric emission. Okay, right. And you know this relation, that is what maximum kinetic energy of photoelectrons is E V naught is equal to h nu minus h nu naught, right? This is what from Einstein's photoelectric equation we are writing. Einstein's photoelectric equation, you know, that is what E is equal to phi naught plus Ke maximum. From that only we are writing this one, right? Anyhow, our interest in this problem is to predict cutoff voltage. So you write cutoff voltage as a subject mathematically to calculate, right? So V naught is equal to h into nu minus nu naught by E. That is equal to 6.63 into 10 to the power of minus 34 into, this is what, 8.2 into 10 to the power of 14 minus 3.3 into 10 to the power of 14 divided by this value, right? And complete this mathematical division so that you will get 2.03 volt. 2.03 volt. Okay, right. So this is the cutoff voltage for photoelectric emission. Regarding these two values, this is what threshold frequency of certain metal, and this is the frequency of the incident light. Okay, right. Next question, question number 9. See here. The work function for a certain metal is 4.2 electron volts. You know very well, work function means generally either W naught or phi naught. Will this metal give photoelectric emission for incident radiation of wavelength 330 nanometers? So what is the question in this problem? So they have given one value, that is work function for a certain metal, which is 4.2 electron volt, and they have given the wavelength of the incident light, that is 330 nanometers, asking the possibility of photoelectric emission. Will this metal give photoelectric emission for incident radiation? That is the question. Right, see here. So first you have to find out the incident radiation. You have to find out energy of the incident radiation, right? It must be greater than this value. You know that it is. I want to ask you to recap what is photoelectric effect. Okay, right. So energy of the incident photon E is equal to hc by lambda. That is equal to 6.63 into 10 to the power of minus 34, and C value 3 into 10 power 8, and lambda value 330 into 10 to the power of minus 9 will give us 3.767 electron volt. 3.767 electron volt. And you just compare these two values, this value and this value. This value is less than this value, no? Right? So when the energy of the incident photon is less than the work function of certain metal, then we cannot observe any photoelectric emission. So that's why here clearly they have written there will be no photoelectric emission. There will be no photoelectric emission here for regarding this value, and this value is the wavelength of the incident line, and this is the work function of a certain metal. Okay, right. See here. So that's why what can we conclude here regarding the 9th problem? What is our conclusion? As the energy of the incident photon, right, is less than the work function of the metal. As the energy of the incident photon is less than the work function of the metal, there will be no photoelectric emission. There will be no photoelectric emission, right? In short form, I have written in the bracket also. This is what energy of the incident photon, right, which is less than the work function of the metal. This is the reason. See, IP means energy of the incident photon, right? Energy of the incident photon, right? So this is what work function of the metal, phi naught of the metal, right? So when it is less than this, we cannot observe any photoelectric emission. Okay. Right. Next question. That is what question number 10. See here. light of frequency 7.21 into 10 to the power of 14 Hz is incident on a metal surface, full stop. Electrons with a maximum speed of 6.0 into 10 to the power of 5 meter per second are ejected from the surface, right, full stop. What is the threshold frequency for photoelectric emission, right? What is the threshold frequency for photo emission of electrons? Photo emission of electrons, right? Okay. In this problem, he has given frequency of incident light, this is the value, and they have given the speed of maximum speed of electrons, this is the value, and he is asking to calculate what is the threshold frequency for photo emission of electrons, right? Okay. And if you want to write the given values, this value and this value we have to write here, right? Anyhow, to write or to get, that is what threshold frequency for photoelectric emission of electrons. First we have to concern with Einstein's photoelectric equation. That is what K maximum is equal to 1 by 2. It's a general thing, I am not writing here for Einstein's photoelectric equation, but this is from that one only. That is what this is from Einstein's photoelectric equation only, right? See, K is equal to half mv square therimo. So K maximum is equal to half mv maximum square, that is equal to h nu minus w naught. H nu minus w naught. Okay, right. See here. Next, here w naught means h nu naught, no? H nu naught you can write. So when you are writing here h nu naught, you can take h as outside, h into nu minus nu naught. H into nu minus nu naught. Then see here. So from these two things, this one and this one, nu minus nu naught is equal to half mv maximum square by h. Then substitute the values, right? Substitute the values, and then you do the calculation. That is what mathematical calculation, right? This division will give us 2.47 into 10 to the power of 14 H. 2.47 into 10 to the power of 14 H, right? This is the value what we got from the problem, nu minus nu naught. Okay, right. Next, here nu naught is equal to, right? Nu naught is equal to nu minus, just mathematically, just nu naught is nu minus this value, that is 2.47 into 10 to the power of 14 H, right? Now new value they have given here, that is what frequency of the incident light, that is 7.21 into 10 to the power of 14 minus this value 2.47 into 10 to the power of 14. So you just do this subtraction, you will get it as 4.74, right? 4.74 into 10 to the power of 14 Hz. 4.74 into 10 to the power of 14 Hz. This is the value, that is what value of the threshold frequency for photo emission of electrons regarding these two values, these two given values. Okay, right. Next problem, that is what problem number 11. See here, light of wavelength 488 nanometers is produced by an argon laser which is used in the photoelectric effect. So in this sentence he mentioned wavelength of the incident light as 488 nanometers, full stop. When light from the spectral line is incident on the cathode, the stopping or cutoff potential of photoelectrons is 0.38 volts, right? So they have given the value of cutoff voltage, that is 0.38 volts, full stop. Find the work function of the material. Find the work function of the material from which the cathode is made. So finally he is asking to calculate work function, right? So by giving wavelength of incident light and that is what stopping potential, he is asking to calculate work function. Okay, right. And okay, see here. So first you have to keep in mind what is the Einstein's photoelectric equation. So from Einstein's photoelectric equation, K maximum is equal to half m into V maximum square, that is equal to h nu minus W naught. It is a work function, right? So from this, W naught is equal to hc by lambda minus, it is hc by lambda, it is hc by lambda. And from this, that is what W naught is equal to hc by lambda minus EV naught, because in place of K maximum we can write EV naught, no? Right. Now, see here. So that is what just you have to substitute the values, Planck's constant, speed of light and lambda value they have given as 488 nanometers. So nano means 10 to the power of minus 9 minus this value, that is what 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19 into 0.38, that is what V naught they have given. Do this division and you will get some value, and subtraction will give us finally 3.468 into 10 to the power of minus 19 joules. Okay, right. If you convert this into electron volt, right, if you convert this into electron volt, you will get it as 2.17, okay ma, 2.17 electron volt. You know that 1 joule is equal to 1 by 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19. 1 joule is equal to 1 by 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19 electron volts, right? Okay. So here this value, if you know the conversion, right, whatever the units you want, that value that you can convert, right? So it is what 2.17 electron volt. Okay, right. Next question, see here. That is what 12th question. Calculate A, momentum, and B, de Broglie wavelength of the electrons accelerated through a potential difference of 56 volt. Accelerated through a potential difference of 56 volts. Okay, right. See here. See this, ma. So first answer. Kinetic energy of electron. Kinetic energy of electron K is equal to, kinetic energy of an electron K is equal to 56 eV, because it is only V value, that is what potential, to calculate kinetic energy you have to multiply it with E. So that 56 into 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19 joules, right. First we have to calculate the momentum, because there are two things, A and B. First we are going to discuss A, and then we will discuss B, right. A is momentum. The formula for momentum, that is what momentum of an electron P is equal to square root of 2 mk. M is the mass and K is the kinetic energy. Okay, right. So 2 into here square root of 2 into 9.1 into 10 to the power of minus 31 in SI kilograms, and this value 56 into 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19 joules, right. And do this process, that is complete this mathematical process, then finally you will get it as 4.04 into 10 to the power of minus 24 kg meter per second. This is the SI unit of momentum, kg meter per second, right. So this is the value of momentum of an electron. Okay, right. Next, that is what B, de Broglie wavelength. De Broglie wavelength, right. So the formula for de Broglie wavelength, we know that is lambda is equal to h by p, and h is the Planck's constant, 6.63 into 10 to the power of minus 34 divided by momentum value is 4.04 into 10 to the power of minus 24, right. So do this, complete this mathematical division, ma. So you will get it as 0.164 into 10 to the power of minus 9 meters, right. So this 10 to the power of minus 9 you can replace with nano. So the de Broglie wavelength will be 0.164 nanometers. 0.164 nanometers. Okay, right. So this is what the de Broglie wavelength of electron, right. De Broglie wavelength of electrons. Okay, right. So two things we found. One is momentum of an electron, another one is de Broglie wavelength of electron. Okay, right. So in this class we discussed problems That is what exercise problems from problem number 6 to problem number 12. Okay, right. So in our next class we will continue with the next continuation problems. Okay, right. Thank you.